Hi, I'm Kelly Partridge. I'm the facilities coordinator here at Trap Pond State Park, and I'm going to show you how to turn your favorite t-shirts you might not be able to wear anymore into reusable tote bags with no sewing involved. This is a great way to help the earth by reducing plastic bags and replacing them with these reusable bags. Upcycle t-shirts to totes. Supplies you're going to need is going to be a t-shirt, scissors, markers or a pen, and a ruler. All right, let's get started. So you're going to go ahead and stretch out your t-shirt so it's nice and flat. Get your marker, and we're going to go ahead and mark around the neckline and then mark around both of our sleeves. So that's where we're going to be cutting. Now this top part here, that is going to be the width of your strap. So that's kind of depending on how wide you want it on your bag. So keep that in mind as you go. If you would like, you can put the line right up against the stitching of the sleeve. That way you make sure that it's nice and tight. And you can always take off more later if you feel you need to. But now that we've got those done, let's go ahead and move to marking off the bottom of our bag. All right, now we're going to want to figure out where the bottom of our bag is going to come. So we kind of pick a spot that we want it, whether we want it to be deep or a shallow bag, and then go 3 inches below where you want your bag to stop. And that is going to be our fringes that we're going to tie together. So we mark that off. And then you can line it up if you'd like to kind of give you a guide to cut by. You don't have to worry about the marker spots because you're going to cut above the marker spots so that they're going to be not in your bag. Okay, so that's what our bag is going to look like, our outlines that we're going to cut. See? So now it's time to cut. And like I said, we're going to go ahead and cut, away from the outline so that way that we don't have that marker in our bag. Now that we've cut the top out, we're going to go ahead and cut the bottom off. Just keep in mind that you always want to have that 3 inches to give you space for your fringe so that you can tie it together, so you don't cut the bag too short. Okay, now that you've cut everything off, you're going to go ahead and make the fringe part that we're going to tie together. And you are going to cut strips up to that 3-inch mark. You could do 1-inch strips or less. Just kind of, and you're making sure that you're grabbing the front of the shirt and the back of the shirt at the same time, so you're making them even. And you're just going to go along the bottom of the shirt and cut the fringes. Okay, now that we've got all of our fringes cut out, if you would like to have the fringe be on the bottom of the bag as a design element, then you can leave it the way it is. But if you would like to hide them, then I'd go ahead, and what you want to do is you want to flip the t-shirt inside out, so that way the knots will be inside the bag and you won't see them. So we're going to flip it inside out, stretch it out, grab one fringe of one side of the shirt and one on the other, and you're going to tie a knot, and then you're going to tie another knot. So you're going to double knot it. And you're just taking the fringe from the front of the shirt and the fringe from the back of the shirt and tying it together. And make sure you tie it nice and tight, and then just work your way down through the fringes. Okay, now that we have our fringes done, now this is pretty much, you can leave it like this if you would like. There are small holes between the fringes, between the knots. If you're carrying tinier things, you may want to tie it again. If you're just carrying larger things like groceries and stuff, then you don't have to worry about it. But if you would like to, what you can do is the gap between the knot. So between the knot, take one of the fringes from one side. So if you're starting on the left-hand side of the shirt, take that left one, and then just the one right next to it, grab one of those fringes and tie those together, and then work your way down so that you're covering up that little hole, that gap between the knots. And that's going to just be the same thing you do as you do a double knot. All right, now that we've got it all tied up, we want to flip it right side out. So we have our logo on the front of our bag, and there we have it. That is our tote. And this is a bag that I did earlier too. So this one's a little deeper. So I cut closer to the bottom of the t-shirt. So you can kind of see the difference, how deep that one is. And the straps are a little shorter or a little narrower as well. So there you have it. Nice t-shirts to tote so that now that you can go out to the grocery store in style. Thank you for joining me for upcycling t-shirts to totes. If you guys end up making your own tote bags out of t-shirts, go ahead and share it with us on Facebook. We'd love to see them.